I just did a little like to bring in the show.
Nigga almost fell.
I didn't almost fall. I was like, boom, we're here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought it
all
was
it
this.
was.
I was
No,
like, did you
man.
almost fall backwards? Do you think that's what it is? You think
I
they
don't
just have
fall.
freedom?
I think it's
Be
the
weird?
freedom to explore, because the mind is weird in itself. If you venture into spaces, I think certain cultures have more of a stronger sense of identity of like this is what you're supposed to be, and if you deviate too far beyond that, or if you're an outlier, then you're a weirdo, or you know what I mean. So it's like nope, keep it all here, otherwise you're gonna be judged. And I think white people have a little more wiggle room in terms of what they can. That's just what I think.
That makes. I mean, that logically that makes sense.
I mean, wiggle room. I think is that. I think it's also too. That's like, this is my world. I can do whatever I want to do.
There's an element
However
of
I
that.
want to do it, and you're. I mean, what they don't get. I think they go through life a lot of times unchecked. It might be a little bit more now. They're probably getting checked more now because the society's kind of getting more sensitive. But they've normally navigated everywhere unchecked.
Okay, well, let's take in this specific incident.
We
Right?
gonna talk about it? Yeah.
Let's take you know, fashion out of it, culture, you know, that kind of stuff. The surface stuff out of it. At the core, just why y'all so nasty? Like, why do y'all think it's okay to have pets and or come to somebody's house and not shower, or like why is that okay? Like,
Do you want to go into the story, or at least the basis of the story, so people know, or you just want to just go into it?
You just gonna do it. I mean, I don't. Yeah, you just gonna do it.
we could pivot to. I just want to know why.
Oh, why do you think it's okay?
Why do they think it's
Well,
okay
see, here's
to
the thing,
do stuff
dude.
like that?
Here's the thing, because there's so much subtext, and there's so much fucking like underlying like meaning that's not just, it's not just like, nigga, I say what I mean and I mean what I say. It's like, hey, and it's very like tiptoey. Like, hey, this is the situation. I don't know if this is okay. And then, but if you're like, no, that's not okay, then people get offended. But then, so you're trying to be cool. You're like, no, it's all right, it's fine. Like, you try to be chill about it. But internally, you're like, nigga, what? Like the audacity, you know?
And I'm not.
But you're trying to be cool.
And I'm not with the trying to be cool either.
Yeah, that's not your thing.
Because I feel like when people are tiptoeing, a part of them knows that it's not cool.
For their tiptoeing.
Yeah, that's why they're tiptoeing.
And so that's why I feel like it's on you to be honest and be like when people have their kids over here or something, they doing some shit, and the parent ain't said, I'm like, hey, my man,
yeah,
we don't do
ain't
that.
cool.
And they be like,
Yeah.
they know your kid ain't supposed to be jumping on this furniture or doing whatever the fuck. And I found that
And
people
Jess would say, by we, you mean me. That's just what Jess would say. Because I would just say that, I would say that sometimes to her.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just my natural, like, yo, can we like try to, she's like, oh, by we, you mean me, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I mean, but like, I'm trying to be more inclusive.
I can't say, you need to.
Yeah. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm trying to, I fuck up too sometimes. Dude, I've been doing this thing where I've been, because she thinks I'm like a know-it-all. So now anytime I'm wrong about something, I'm like, see, I'm also wrong a lot of the time. I was wrong about that. I was so wrong. But go ahead.
I've been doing lately, to piggyback on that, Cotty's been like, being like hella sarcastic and more of an asshole.
Nice.
But I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
So,
To you or just in general?
to me.
Okay.
So I asked her something that was like pretty much a stupid question. And she was like, no, I just blah, blah. I was like, ooh. She was like, that's how you talk to me? I was like, I like it. I was like, I don't like it. I was like, you are
Put the kids to
becoming a
bed.
jerk. I was like, yeah. And she was like, so lately everything she said is like very just dick. And I'll be like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because my question, I know that. And I was like, but the difference is, and I was telling her, I was like, but see, I'm okay with that because I knew when I asked you that was a stupid question.
Right.
So I didn't mind your response because I know that was stupid. So I was like, don't get defensive. So I was like, first of all, you're turning into me. And some of it is cool and sometimes it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I was like, we're picking up so many of each other's shit.
That's what you do after being married a while,
Yeah.
right? Kind of become each other a little bit.
So I was like,
She's
but
becoming more you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
she feels in order to like coexist in this space, she has to morph
But
into
you know what's
who
funny
you are a little
is
more.
To me, it seems like she's more loose though.
But what if internally she's like, I fucking hate this shit, but this is just what I have to do to survive in this fucking house.
She's like, I've noticed, like, I can't remember the last time we had an argument
Yeah.
because she's getting her shit out. She's getting it off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool.
Yeah, do your thing, yeah.
So instead of her, internalizing shit, she'll just make a comment like
Yeah.
that, like, you dumbass, and I'd be like, yeah, that was dumb. Yeah. And then there's no issues.
That's valid, bro.
There's no issues.
When I'm big with that, with what you're saying and how I kind of try to tell even Janelle, like to ask her to kind of operate, just like, yo, just be honest. 'Cause I'm very transparent. I know when I mess up, and if I did, and you called it out, I'm not like, well, why did you call me? I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta eat that.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
That dude, like, I love that you said that, cause just the other night, me and Jess had like this back and forth. It was playful, but we were just talking about like how we didn't know each other until now. I was kind of like, I didn't know you were this fucking crazy. She was like, oh, you didn't know? I didn't know you were a fucking, like, we just went back and forth, like, you're a fucking maniac. Like, you are fucking sick. Like, we're just going back and forth, just like jabbing each other. And it was like, yeah, all right, cool. We got that out. That felt
Yeah,
good. Like,
you got
yeah.
your shit off.
Yeah.
But did you guys laugh afterwards? You kinda
Yeah, we was like
"All right."
laughing, like, cause she, you know, her zingers are like corny. You know what I mean? She's like, you're a fucking nutcase, you know? It's like-
And when she was saying that stuff to you, was you kind of just like, this is valid?
I was like, it's valid. I was like, no, I'm just passionate. I'm animated. Like, my energy is, and I don't know if I said this before, but I was like, if I'm like, I'm never angry. If I'm angry, I'm like cold.
Right.
Like I'm cold and I'm silent, I'm calculated. But me being like loud and high energy, that's just me being like frustrated. That's me being like LeBron.
Yeah.
On a bad call.
Maybe
You know
like
what I mean?
annoyed, but not like angry.
Yeah, I'm just
for
like, what
real.
are you fucking talking? You know what I mean? That's just that's all
right,
that is.
right.
That's not like crazy, but she thinks that's like I'm just like fucking up. Like I think one of our arguments I was like jumping up and down or some shit.
Nigga, you're crazy.
Like what the? Cause she be like gaslight. It'd be like some shit. I'd be like, what the fuck? Cause she has a bad memory too.
Oh, they all do.
She has a horrible memory.
They all
But then when we recount shit, she'll say it in a way like she's confident that this is what happened. I was like, bro, that's not what happened. And you telling me that's what happened? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wow.
That's not what happened.
And it's not even the bad memory. It's them thinking they're
Yeah, that they're yeah.
like my whole Netflix thing. When I
Yeah.
had to go on Netflix and prove to her I never saw this shit.
She's like, I'm not misremembering. Like, bro, what?
sick.
But it's what you said women have bad memory. I think it's selective, and I think it's like I said before about the book. It's like it's how they feel. It's whatever they felt at the moment, or it's how they
Right.
feel at
Yeah.
this particular moment. It's just like this is what it is. It's like no,
not
what
I have the
happens.
same issue with Janelle. I was like, this is not what happened. So yes, it is. It's like here's the information. She'll be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
and
like
then-
where?
but
how-
I like the fact that she'll laugh and she'll kind of be like, oh shoot. You right? Because her thing is like, she's been really good at apologizing or saying my bad, or she'll walk up to me, or sometimes she won't say my bad. She'll walk up to me and she'll be like, and give me like a cuddle hug. And she'll
yeah.
be like, and she'll be like, and I'll be like, it's okay. And then she'll say like, I'm eventually say like I'm sorry, but that's the only her thing. She'll kind of walk up to me like, oops,
just
I
funny.
did it again.
sorry.
That's funny.
And I appreciate it.
And I've been using your shit.
What?
Like when things get heightened and stuff, and she gets like, as we're like about to pass each other, I'll like throw my hands up and like back up against the wall and shit, scared, terrified. And she's like,
It
you're a
works, bro.
Yeah, it
It
works.
works.
It works. It's disarming.
It works every
Like, you're a
time.
fucking maniac.
She comes in the house. I'm
Yeah. I'm
She's like, you're so stupid. I'm
That
just trying
shit
to
works.
survive. I just want to
Yeah,
survive.
man,
I
bro.
just want to. We have a lot of. I notice the more we joke about stuff, just the better everything is. Like the better turn everything into a joke. It's kind of like I can't even sustain. Yesterday, she pissed me off. Yesterday, I couldn't even sustain the piss one because I noticed I'm really getting to a level. It's just like whatever, bro. So
Yeah.
I had to leave, to go do chocolate. She went to brunch with her friends at like 1. Plenty of time to do whatever you gotta do. I said, I just need you back by 6. I gotta leave at 6. So Lonnie hits me and was like, actually, you're not hosting First Impressions. You're gonna host the main show, which means I didn't have to leave till like 6 something. But I didn't tell her that. So it's 6
Why didn't you tell her that?
because I just wanted to see if she would. come home.
I am this nigga in this
Yeah,
situation.
because I'm gonna
Why you
see
playing games, dog?
because if I would have gave her extra time, she'd have been more
Communication.
late.
Exactly.
Communication.
So it's 6
Exactly.
o'clock. She not here, and I'm looking at her location. I was like, well, she's gonna be late because she's not gonna,
She's on the
whatever.
freeway, if she's still in Hollywood, whatever she's at.
And I'm still sitting there, so it gets to 6:07. So I send a text. I say, "So the hell, what I got to do?" Right? No response.
But that's
right?
that's I mean that's a little inflammatory.
No response. And then 6:15, she walks in the door, and I was just like, I didn't say shit because I'm like, I told you I had to leave at 6. She don't know though. I don't have to leave
Yeah.
Right.
until 6:30
Right.
because So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, so I didn't say nothing, blah blah. But I still told them bye, love you guys, kiss you. So when I got in the car, I was like, yo,
Did you tell her bye? Give her a kiss?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was like, yo, I told you, I asked you, just please be back by 6.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing out of her mouth was, well, somebody's car had stalled, my phone died, blah. I said, none of that is accountability. None of what you just said is accountability. The point is, I asked you to be here at 6. And because stuff like that happens, maybe you shouldn't have left at 5:50. Leave at 5:30 because I have to, and it was like, and it's not like I'm going to a ball game or whatever. This is for work too, so
Yeah.
I need you to be here on time. She was like, well, you weren't even ready when you got in. I said, because I knew that I didn't have to be there at 6:30. You didn't know that. You had no idea. So you just came in. So I was like, so basically, once again, fuck me and fuck my time. Is how that comes off when you do shit like this. And
Okay.
then, so she made like another thing about her phone dying. I said, I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I actually
How's
be
your
at 6.
Okay.
I feel like it's 5 p.m.
Blah, blah, blah.
How's your phone dying at 5? That's where I get frustrated.
But I don't even care.
Okay.
Somebody else got a phone. It's clocked somewhere. You knew you had to be here at 6 because you asked me several times and I told you.
yeah.
So then she
Why are
was
you
like,
testing her though?
she was, no, we're talking.
I know, but like, why didn't you communicate that you're on the main show now?
Well, she wouldn't have saw it anyway.
you can
Her
have a
phone
little-
died.
That's true too.
So it doesn't
That's
matter.
true too.
So it
But
doesn't matter.
yeah.
And I would have just gave her more time. That would have just gave
No,
her
I'm just
more time.
saying,
gotta
if
put it
we
on him,
want,
Gary.
if we want to have clear communication and transparency,
Nah.
you could hit her up like,
But here's
yo,
the-
I'm on the main
also-
show. You got a couple more minutes.
Because
Also-
she'd have been like, she was already late.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So
You think
she'd
she would have been more late?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you gotta,
Yes.
one thing too, I think with situations like this, it's like you got to know your partner. Because I'm very similar to Keon with this. I'm very big on like respect my time.
Oh.
I'm huge on that. 'Cause I
Yeah.
respect the hell out of everybody's time as much as I can. And it's like if I know my partner is going to be late, if I give her more time, even later,
Okay.
I'm going to not tell her at that because it's like because she's going to still be late anyway.
But she has that. That gives her ammo.
No, it
to be
didn't,
like,
because
why wouldn't you tell
she
me
knows
that
I
you're
was
on?
right, that you didn't know that.
But you know, women though.
She tried it, and then I was like, no.
you can dead it or
I said everything
Yeah.
you said has nothing to do with.
But you
nothing.
don't wanna give him
Actually,
any
be at
ammo.
6. She didn't have, but that's where we're at now. She didn't. I was like, you tried to throw excuses,
Yeah.
but no, I actually be here at 6.
And sometimes I
And
then
she
she tried-
apologized.
Yes,
Okay.
She tried to make it about. She was like, I said, you don't respect me or my time. She said, I definitely respect your job. I said, I didn't say nothing about my job. I said, me or my time. This is not job specific. If I had to go to see my mama, wherever
Yeah.
if I asked you to be here and you agreed to that, then be here, because now you're saying basically F what you got to do.
or update me, and I know your
Oh,
phone
update. Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
big on
Get somebody
updating.
else's phone.
Yeah, because especially but now you say, because my thing is like the convenience of the phone dying, the convenience of a car stalling. It's just like,
Right.
it's to me, I'm just like, nigga, this is always an
I
ad
don't
about
care.
flying.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And I
about
don't
any of
care.
that.
And then she was like, well, I was down the street. You could have left. I was like, we leave the kids here sometimes, but I'm not leaving not knowing where you're at and how far you're going to be here.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you said I'm 10 minutes away, yeah, I'm out.
But you knew where she was at.
They're
You got her
eating dinner.
location.
But I didn't know, like, if she parked her car at the other people's house, I don't know how long she was going to be there. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, no. And I was like, this is not a job specific thing. It's not about respecting what I do for a living. It's respecting me and my time.
Yeah.
And when you do shit like this, you're saying, fuck you. So whatever you got to do, what I got to do is more important. And then I'm
That's
like,
not what I'm
I was like, the
saying.
job just emphasized my piss, because you would have made me late for work for a fucking brunch. The two things ain't even equal. So she was like, okay.
That's
after
why I don't
said
let
all
mine go
that,
to brunch.
she was like, my bad, I apologize, blah, blah. And then once I got all that off though, nigga, I can't even hold being pissed. It takes too much energy to be
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
So after I said all that, it does. It just takes too much.
I know. But what if she's like, so what, you want me to suck your dick? Like, what do you want?
I don't know. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what
I appreciate that.
But like halfway, like
What do you want?
So then after that, after she said, okay, I apologize, blah, blah, I was like, I can't even sustain. So I made a joke. I was like, I'm honestly over it. I was like, but for 30 minutes, you were on my shit list. For a hot 30, you was on my shit list.
That's
and then,
always a funny phrase to me.
yeah, and
You're my shit
then
list.
she said something else, and then we were laughing about something, and then that was it. But I had to let her know that that's not cool. Like,
It's not cool, yeah.
Because this is how I take it. And I've talked to people in general about this. Like, when you are late you're telling somebody you don't.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fuck what you got to do, and I was like, that's just rude, especially when I'm like, when I told you, go have fun.
Yeah.
Like, go do your
Yeah.
thing. Just be back by this time.
That's why you don't supposed to let them have
the
fun.
late in the update, and especially when it's a late thing to where if it's my job or it's where I gotta go make some money,
Right.
and you're causing me to be late because you want to have a little bit of fun.
Right.
It's just like, to me, that's not as important as
Right.
these bills that gotta get paid for what I gotta go do.
And then what's crazy is every time she goes to something, I'm like, how was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm like, you come home with this energy, but you were gone for 8 hours. Or you
Yeah.
know, like, what
It
you
couldn't have
call-
been a.
It couldn't have been us.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Because, but she always feels like when she goes out, she could have been doing something else more productive. That's where her end comes from. She was like, I could have finished rewriting my script.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Blah, blah. Because she got some stuff that I'll tell you guys about off air. But she was like, I could have finished, we got this deadline, blah, blah, and I chose to do that, and it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to be like, and you was late.
Yeah.
Like,
On
but-
top of all that.
But yeah, but we talked, and then immediately, we were joking, I remember when our stuff used to sustain for a long time, it don't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's talked about, and then it's
It's
over.
dead.
That's it. And
Yeah.
a lot of it is the joking.
Well, I feel like, I forgot, man. I apologize. I was talking to somebody about this, but it was like, if the argument isn't detrimental to the relationship, it shouldn't be something that's going to linger long, or you should be angry at for a very long period of time. Most people's arguments in relationships isn't even that crazy for real. Now, respecting your time is a thing for real, because I'm like I said, I'm really big on that also. But it's just if a simple accountability thing would have came into that, it would have been oh, my bad, phone, not even the phone's my bad. I told you I was gonna get here on time and I didn't. And then later on, you came back. This is what happened. The phone's da. Afterwards, I can take that, but I need you to immediately be like, nah, that was on me.
Right.
You told
Yeah,
me.
immediately.
You told me hours beforehand. It's not like you told me and my
Right.
phone died a minute later, so I couldn't get back to you. You told me.
Get somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm like,
That's
no, the phone shit, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, there's clocks. You were with two people. They have phones. You never thought once, hey, what time is it?
Uh-huh.
I was like, no.
Especially if you're having a meh experience.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
Why would you want to leave?
I was like,
I would be like, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here.
What time is it?
I was like, nah.
Drop the check.
As soon as you said that, I was like, no, everything you said has nothing to do with there's no accountability in anything you said. You said a car, a charger, and I wasn't ready. What the fuck does any of that have to do with you being late? Nothing. Nothing at all. Don't.
You know what with me when it comes to stuff like that too? I don't know what it is, but I'm really big on my phone being charged. And I'm really big on when I go somewhere that I have the elements to get back home. Right? Whether I got gas in my car, whether it's all right, I'm not gonna go out with my phone on 10%. My wife does that sometimes. She'll be like, she'll leave her phone off the hook the whole night, and then she have to go somewhere and run errands.
Off the hook.
And off the hook. Old as hell.
See, just all night.
You old ass nigga. This nigga old as fuck.
So she would leave her phone off the charger. She'll leave her phone off the charger in a whole other room. And then I'm just like, yo, why do you better go somewhere and your phone is on 15%. And she's like, well, I don't like leaving my phone on the charger overnight. I was like, the phones have gotten to a point where they won't even charge. They go off your sleeping patterns. They won't even charge now fully until later on at night. So my phone goes to 80%, and then it'll finish charging until about 6. So it's the phone is smarter than that. What are you talking about? And it's now when I hit her up, it's oh, something said my phone died, or I'm on 2% battery. And it's nigga, it's 1 p.m. Your phone should never be on. Or if even my phone is low throughout the day. When I went to Chocolate Sundays, my phone was low, right? Before I went to Chocolate Sundays. So what I did was I said, let me give my thing at least 20 minutes of juice. I have a fast charger.
Right.
So if it's on 10%, it's going to be about 40 to 50% within 10 minutes.
And you turn on a low battery, you good.
You good. And it's that to me, that's just basic shit to all right, especially for you as a woman, it's your safety is very important to me as a man. Right. It's just nigga, take the proper precautions when you go out so I can get to you if I need to get to you.
Yeah, my phone don't be dying.
About.
My phone don't be dying.
It don't.
I
don't understand. And midday, it definitely don't. That's for damn sure. It don't.
But again, it's just precautionary because they just.
Well, I think that's how we kind of. Maybe that's how most men think. I think, at least for me, I know. I think I take my precautions on stuff I need to do because it's all right, if this happens this way, I have an out to get to this way. That's just how I normally think. So it's just if I don't do that and then it comes back to her, she'll be like, nigga, I know how you think. This is not how you think. She gonna probably be like, wait, she has a reason to probably even be suspicious. But that's never the case because I'm always on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it's just,
and to me, it's like it'd be different if you were like, I'm not some person that doesn't have to communicate. We have to communicate a lot.
which
Whether
you
it's
had
the
children
kids,
too, yeah.
whether it's, so how's your phone? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And how is your phone dying? Yeah, that just doesn't make sense.
Or,
And then,
or tell me that your battery's low. Like, hey, text me like, yo, I'm on this much percentage, so when you're texting me, just know my phone could die.
But you know that before you left. Like, you know what?
I'm gonna always feel that way.
And you
But
let
she's
that
always
go.
rushing it. Is she like? She mismanages time a little, right?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
But my thing is too, if
terrible.
you're driving somewhere, charge the phone in the car.
The charger in that car
Yeah.
don't work. And she know,
Oh.
and that's the thing, you know
Okay.
that. So charge your shit before you leave. Like,
Mm.
what do you
But she's got so much going on in her mind as a woman. She's thinking about so many other things. So many other things, man. Things that we can't even, things that aren't even real.
Allow it. Yeah, like,
She's just
and what's funny is when she did that, I was already laughing at Batch's sketch earlier when the women showed up late.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I was like, the thing about it, ladies, it's not that you be late. That happens sometimes. Y'all don't give a fuck. That's what pisses us off.
Yeah.
If you would just say, when we're getting ready to go somewhere, and we're giving y'all the countdown, hey, we got to leave by 6:30, at least speed up a little bit. At least pretend to fake like you're going to, trying to hurry up and get ready. Apologize. Y'all just be like, okay, I'm ready now. With no acknowledgement that we're now running 45 minutes behind. You never said shit. You didn't speed up. That is disrespectful as fuck. And that's not your intention. But we take it as you just don't give a shit.
Let me tell you something, bro. I almost jumped off the balcony like a few months ago. I almost jumped off our balcony.
Is that a flex? Is that a flex? Like, I think I live on the upper levels.
No, that's not a flex. I'd rather live on the bottom level, to be honest with you. So I ain't gotta keep walking up the damn steps. So it's like we were trying to go to an event, and she was on me about getting dressed and getting ready, whatever the case may be. Takes me a few minutes to always get ready and get dressed. Now for her, she didn't start getting ready until way later. Like she didn't get into the shower until later, none of this stuff. And so I'm pissed off. I'm trying to rush her. So we get to the event late, of course. We come back from the event, and I get into the house. I didn't say nothing. I get in the house. I just go like you just always yes. It's told that you don't respect my time. You tell me this, like you don't respect. She's like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I like being late.
What?
I'm going to show up late. I'm going to be late, Kenan. And I was just like, Rah! First of all, I was just like, why didn't you just tell me that from the beginning of like our relationship? So
I'll meet you there.
And so she was just like, you know what? Let's start doing this. We'll just take separate cars. And I was just like, well, I said, it all depends on the event. Like if we're going to an event that I got to get you in, you need to get your ass ready and come with me because I don't need to be coming in and out of places, or I might not need to come in and out of places to come get you. But I was like, in other spaces, it's understandable. It's like, all right, just meet me up there. And I realized there's another couple, I won't say their name, but they do that all the time. And now they show up separate cars because his wife always shows up like an hour late. She's like, I'm going to be there on time, and she'll be here. I'll be like, where's so-and-so at? She'll be like, I don't care. She'll be here.
Yeah.
And then she'll come, and then it's like, all right, that they understand like that's probably like their pet peeves. So it's like, all right, you come here when you get here then. So now I know.
I just want to know what he's laughing at.
I don't know what he's laughing at too, but it's like.
Oh no, the audacity. I just love the
audacity. Her just
not the audacity, but just like nigga. I like being late.
You say why she likes being late?
I love
That's
it.
a weird.
Because she was just like, I don't care. Like it's like I'm just not going to. Because I was like, why do you have to be late? You know you can just get ready earlier. You know how much time it takes to do your makeup, to shower. Like you do this all the time.
So
you understand the time if you needed to. Like it was like if you was getting ready to go, if you had to go to an event for like she loves Issa Rae. If she was going to an Issa Rae event that she had to be there at 8 p.m. and doors are locked, she's going to be there.
yeah,
So it ain't you don't like being late.
But
you don't give a shit about stuff that I want.
right.
Or cause sometimes it'll be her event, but she's just like, yo, like I don't want to show up there early.
Let me make an
Did you
argument.
say that beforehand? Like we ain't got to be on time?
No.
Because then that's a different thing. It's like if sometimes we're going someplace and she's like the thing starts at 7, but we want so we'd be like, all right, we'll show up at 10. Like we know we're showing up late.
Right.
Who gives a shit?
No, she'd be like, we gotta be there at 8:30, and I'm like, cool. It's 8:25, and she's getting in the shower.
Right.
And I'm just that's when to me I'm like, nigga, you're trying to be hella late.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I was like, now if we go there, my thing is if we go to a place like that and we don't get in, like,
Ooh.
I'm going to be pissed, whether it's
Right.
your event or my event.
Right.
Because it's like, you got me to get ready fast, and I got dressed up, whatever shape, whatever I had to do to get ready for this shit, and you pretty much didn't care, for real.
So did you ask her why she likes being late?
I mean, she pretty much was just, her thing was just like, I don't care to really be, like, on time to some of this stuff, because it's just like, I want to take my time, or it's just like, I want to get ready when I want to get ready.
The thing, and here's my
It
art.
wasn't, to me, it's not a good enough excuse at all.
It's not a good
That's
excuse at
just
all.
shit.
But I think women have been leaning on for centuries in terms of this late thing and like coming out late. They're leaning on the fact that, yeah, I'm late, but like, look at me. I think they're leaning on like, but
Making
look
an
how
entrance?
fucking good I look. You
Making
know what I
an entrance
mean?
type thing?
Huh?
Making an entrance type thing?
Making an interest, but also just like
It
how
took-
good I look will disarm whatever frustration he has in him, in
But
him.
for certain things, I can't be. If we're going to the movies, we can't be late. I'm not missing this movie. Blah blah.
Yeah.
And then when was talking about the separate cars, and Connie do that. Take your car, I'll take mine. I'll meet y'all there. Which a lot of times we'll go for. But in my head, all I'm thinking about is now that's 2 cars. I gotta
Yeah.
put gas in.
Yeah.
Like the reason why I wanted to ride together because
Yeah.
it saves
Save
gas.
money, yeah.
So just hurry your ass up.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. 2 cars could be avoided if you just got ready 20 minutes earlier.
Right.
And here's my thing. It's not like she's like swamped and then she has to get ready.
It's just bad time management.
You're just sitting there on your iPad listening to whether it's a church sermon or watching some videos
Man,
or just
no
being
shit.
like, or whatever the case may be. Nigga, I know me. I know that if I need to take a nap, I'll take a nap. And then I give myself another 30 minutes to get up from that nap because I might be
Right.
too tired to get ready. But I know myself like that.
My thing too is like, why can't you shower first, blah blah, and then get on your phone? Like, so I know with me, like, I shower. I'm always done getting ready 30 minutes ahead of time because I know I gotta put my do-rag on because this shit be all over the fucking place. I gotta lay. So I always give myself time. So the first thing I do is shower, and then I'll come make the kids food. But I'm already clean, like I'm already good.
You got
and
to
I'm
put
just
your
chilling. All I
shirt
gotta do
on.
is get dressed.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when she does stuff like that, and then she's like, "Well, I had to get the kids ready," or blah, I'm like, "You could have showered first and did all that in your robe."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking? Like, you're just on your phone. You're just fucking around, or like, what are you? So like yesterday, even when she was late, by the time she walked in, the kids they had already showered. They were eating dinner, but I was like, look at all the things I was able to do. I had cut my hair, I had cut Kendrick's hair, I did, like all this span you were gone. I got all this shit done.
Yeah.
Like what do you be doing?
They be thinking.
You know,
Like,
you know,
what are you
you know-
Just work. They just thinking and just worried
So
about
let me say this, 'cause
everything.
I'm at this whole conversation. Gary has never really chimed in for real on
'Cause
his
he's a late
situation.
nigga.
Huh?
'Cause he be like-
Are you the late nigga in your situation?
No, I'm not. I'm
No,
not
no,
late anymore.
No, yeah, because
No.
y'all.
Jess, she's not late. She doesn't like get dressed up per se. So like she takes like 5-minute showers. She takes like because she grew up. She goes through this whole thing. She has a little story of like how she grew up in a house with like 6 people in one bathroom.
Oh,
So
they had to hurry up.
yeah, so she
makes
takes like quick fucking not
That's
like
dope.
wash
So
up.
she's used to being rushed.
Yeah, she's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It doesn't take, and she doesn't wear much makeup.
Which
So
is crazy because that can always backfire. It goes one or two ways, right? It's like if your parents drink or they don't drink, whatever. It's like, or you end drinking. But it's like that could have put it to a point where she's just like, you know what? I take long ass showers because I was never able to take a shower.
Yeah.
So it's good that it didn't backfire that way because she might be like, I take 40-minute showers because
Yeah.
I never was able to take longer than 5 minutes.
but sometimes, I'd be like, you could have stayed in the shower a little longer. You could have.
But how much time do you really need in the shower?
You don't.
Like it don't. We
You
be
don't
in
need
there,
that
we
much
be
time.
fucking around.
Yeah,
Like,
I really just be in there fucking
when you
around.
when you have to rush,
Yeah.
you be like
Yeah.
pop pop. I
Yeah.
time myself. You can be done in 3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
if
sure.
you are to get it done,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can half the time you're waiting to get the water temperature
Yeah.
right. Honestly,
Yeah.
And once that part is right,
Yeah.
it's 3 minutes
Hit
to
it,
really
soap.
get in there,
And you can
and you can scrub.
You can
Yeah.
hit your body with soap twice in under 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
I've never. Wait.
No, you just saying you could. I've never done.
Oh,
it.
okay. I was like, I've never done. You washed twice?
No, what I'm saying is just like
Oh, you're saying hypothetically you could.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. From a time perspective, if you would be like,
Yeah.
well, I need to, because some people would be like, well, I need to make sure I get everything off. The first scrub is getting the
Yeah.
dirt off, and then the second scrub is to make sure I'm clean. So
Right.
that's fair. But it's just like that can all be done in a 5-minute
Yeah.
shower.
easily.
Now, a woman might take a little bit longer because of the crevices that they have.
Right.
And wash the
Understandable.
hair.
Yeah, if they have hair to wash. Because I'm looking at my girl, she'd be like, I remember one time she clocked me. She was like, she was like, hey, I don't think he was in there long enough. And I was like, nigga, I washed my body with soap. I was in there long enough.
Right.
She was like, that was like barely like 5 minutes. I was just like, I don't know what
I didn't
you
get the other two.
I said, yeah. I was like, I don't know what you doing there, but as soon as the water's hot, I step in there, hit my body with water, go straight to soap.
But that wasn't about that particular shower. That was probably about you smelling like in the past. That she's now bringing that up. She's like, nigga.
No, here's the thing. No, it wasn't that. This is what I will say it was, though. It was because we was about to get down.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
So for her, I think in her head was just like,
I gotta
if
suck his
I'm about
dick.
to suck some dick,
Yeah.
nigga, I need to make sure you
You
take
need to
longer
be,
than
yeah, thoroughly.
So,
But it don't
Thoroughly.
take that, like, really
And it
don't
still don't
take
take that long, to be
Because I, like,
honest.
my routine is, once the water's right, first thing I do, I wash my hair
Yeah.
and my beard, right? And that is
Okay.
done. Rinse that out. And then you put the soap, and I'm the total process,
Yeah.
3 to 5 minutes. And then the rest of the time, I'm just sitting there because it feel good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's warm.
yeah.
I'm
See,
fucking around. I'm
I
thinking about shit.
That's interesting. I don't get in and start cleaning immediately. I'm in there and I'm chilling for a minute.
Yeah,
Like
it
getting the
don't take
water
that
right.
long.
I'm chilling.
So
and
that-
then I start.
So I think when it comes to that has to factor in being like, all right, you can't say somebody doesn't shower long enough if you know that's the mentality. It's like I go in there first. I
People
kind
be in the
of
shower
unwind
fucking around.
first.
Yeah.
Some motherfuckers might just be like, let me just let that steam
Right.
hit me, all that stuff like that. Now I'll get to my shit. I'm thinking of jokes. Sometimes I think of jokes. For me, my long showers only come when I like shave my head in the shower.
You know why, though, right? That's a real thing.
What?
When it's higher temperatures, your brain, like that's why most comedians think of jokes in the shower.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
The steam and the temperatures does something to your brain to make you. That's why you think better. Everybody has good ideas in the shower. It's on purpose.
That might make sense when people
Yeah,
be in the
it's on
steam
purpose.
room and shit like that.
Yeah,
chilling.
it's on.
Yeah.
It's on purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
it's
crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe when we argue, I'll tell her to hop in the shower and I just sit on the toilet and then maybe she'll have
She
some
get her
logical,
ideas.
some like logical shit to say to contribute to the argument.
You know
It's
what's
like,
funny?
oh, that made a lot of sense. I'm glad
See, all right.
you said that.
So Gary, this is why you're a maniac. So you being a maniac, I actually want you to try this. I want to see you really do this to see if there's a real correlation to that when it
Yeah.
comes to like, all right, let me see. All right, next time she get in the shower, start an argument with
I
her.
started, I'll go in there, yeah. Let's hash this shit out while you showering.
And then there's all of a sudden.
Plus, how mad can you really be when titties is out?
Right.
Well, I
I mean,
mean,
you
is
gonna
she-
be calm like, damn,
Yeah.
naked though.
well, is she showering with the curtain open or is she showering with the curtain closed?
We have a door.
Door.
Yeah.
But it's like a door that you can still see perfectly.
You can still see through it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard with titties out.
I just realized
I don't give a fuck about no titties, nigga. I
When
have
he
a point
said-
to make.
when he said curtain, I was like, what are you talking about? And I just realized I'm so used to our bathroom, like doors and I had forgot. Like
Yeah.
I was like, what are you
Yeah, we
talking about?
You
bro?
naturally think like everybody's supposed to live the way you live.
like I just forgot, nigga. I literally when he said that, I was like, oh yeah.
Curtains?
How can there be a curtain in a shower? What kind of
was like, oh,
Section
yeah.
8 shit is this?
Well, you know, he just said some wild shit today. Put the phone off the hook.
Because man, when we were staying in a 1-bedroom, we had a shower door, and we told her to take that off because it was like I think for her, like when she was showering, maybe because she moves around a lot, she was probably around. She likes to kind of move. I think she was hitting the door a lot, and she's just like, "Yo, this is kind of I'm not really feeling this."
Doing it.
And then moving the door and whatever. For me, I didn't really care. Like I can shower in a shower door or shower curtain. It doesn't really matter to me.
I've never been a fan of the doors. I've actually always preferred curtains.
The one that opens, or you mean like the
Those sliding.
I would say I would like those the least.
I don't
But
like them. The door that opens, I'm okay with.
yeah.
But the slide, I did not like them. I never liked them. And I think it might have been the metal strip on the bottom.
Yeah, that's always
Yeah.
that I
nasty.
didn't like.
Yeah.
And then like the top, like you have to. It's like you're going through a.
You gotta kind of like
Yeah,
Climb
like,
in a little
I
bit.
never
You
liked
gotta
it.
climb in the
I never
shower,
liked that
essentially.
shit. So it was always
Yeah, that's
curtain
fair.
or the open, which
You,
is my favorite.
nigga flex.
you ever have a girl?
Little house in
You ever have a
shower
girl? Like you ever take a shower with a girl and have her wash you and be like she's washing your body and just like her process of washing you, you just like, wait, no, what? Get another. No, you don't start there and
only,
put that.
only my back. 'Cause I
Only your back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. They let the woman shower me for real. Because normally, the times that I have, we both showered in the shower, like clean ourselves off first, and then she was like, "Is it cool if I like get your back?" Because like you said, you can't reach your back as well as or whatever. So she was like, scrub my back a little bit or whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
it's never like she didn't like wash my balls. And it's like, no, I wouldn't even trust her to do that.
Yeah, but like I'm not talking about like our current relationships. I'm talking about like in the past,
Even in the
like
past, I wouldn't
and like
trust
the
her.
like erotic
Just
kind
my
of
back.
like showering and
I still wouldn't care for her to shower like if she's showering me in my back and my chest and then she starts to rub up on me to get the sexual stuff started, then that's fine. But if she's actually trying to wash my dick and my
yeah,
balls
she's
off,
like washing
no,
you. No,
no,
oh,
absolutely not.
That's on my back. My
just
back.
your back.
Yeah.
She'll wash my back, and then when I get out of the shower too, I need her to put lotion on my back 'cause I can't reach. So
Why can't
she-
you reach? Yeah, I asked the AI, why are women notoriously late? And the AI come back with this old PC ass snowflake cuck bullshit.
So
It is not accurate or fair to make a blanket statement that women are notoriously late. Lateness is a behavior that can be displayed by anyanyone, regardless of their
Absolutely,
gender.
because
That's
Tony
true.
Baker is
Yeah, he's
notoriously
notorious
late.
being late. But I would say
Notoriously
that's the AI sounds like a white woman. That's what it sounds like.
And then it also said, but the idea that women are often late may stem from societal expectations and stereotypes that place more pressure on women to fulfill multiple roles and responsibilities. For example, women may be expected to juggle caregiving duties with work or other commitments, which can make it more challenging to arrive on time. Additionally, women may be subjected to more beauty standards and expectations around appearance that require more time and effort to achieve, which can contribute to delays. However, it is essential to recognize that these factors do not apply to all women and that lateness is a behavior that can be influenced by many individual factors such as personality, habits, and priorities.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, and that's where my anger comes from. The priority of it. You just don't care. Like, you just don't care. Like, I'd rather people say, I'm going to be late. Or I just don't care. Just say that. Just say I don't give a fuck. Because even, like we've already said, you know you take long.
Right.
So start earlier. Like, that is a logical concept. And every dude who's ever existed has said this. And I'll read comments and women will be like, well, just lie to us. Or just, no. Start earlier.
Be responsible, my
Like,
nigga.
yeah, like I'm tired of adults
Responsible.
acting like children. Like, the lack of accountability is just infuriating.
And then when you
Like,
call them children, oh, it's a but it's like I wouldn't call you a child, but like you say, if you're acting like a child or this is a child behavior, it's like that's the truth. At the end of the day,
It's not a child behavior because children don't know how to wash their ass anyway. So
I'm
they
talking
don't-
about like lack of a your
Oh, accountability. Oh, yeah,
excuse.
yeah.
That's like,
That's what I'm
what are you,
talking
a child? You can't take care of yourself. Like, I'm like, no, I don't like that shit. I don't, just do what you got to do. And then the whole the juggling thing, I'm sick of seeing people do that shit. too.
Women, man,
I'm sick of that shit.
their
With the
minds,
kids,
bro.
I get everything done. I get everything done.
Yes.
I don't want to hear your shit.
You gotta understand something. The reason why it's hard for me to have, I don't want to say I don't. Of course, I respect women, but when it comes to like the caregiving stuff, when they talk about like it's so hard, you gotta understand. I live with this nigga, bro. I live with Keon,
Shit gets
and I watch him
done.
get things done so efficient, not just fast, efficiently. And I was just like, oh, when I used to hear women talk about this and how it's impossible, nigga, it's very possible.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that one,
But that comes at the compromise. That comes at the sacrifice. Like Keon has no emotion. So in lieu of that, he can do other things. You know what I mean?
I think it might be part of it, but I think too, it's like he just prioritizes. That's the main thing. It's like, all right, what's actually important?
Right.
And then I don't let this other
the
stuff stress
order.
me out.
If you have 5 things to do, which things can be done while something else is being done? Like blah blah. Like
Right.
if you have to cook, right? But usually a lot of cooking is just preparation. Then once it starts cooking, that's done. Like
Yeah.
you're just waiting 25 minutes,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So then
Whatever.
during that time, you have a time to do this,
Right.
and then during that time, like it's just like you're just bad at time management.
Yeah,
and
and
just
I'm going to
prioritizing, like,
argue that women may have that list, and while they're doing number 1, in their minds, they're still worrying about 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, instead of just going through the list.
Now that I 100%.
They're probably like, oh my God, but I still have, oh my God, how am I gonna, oh my God.
And that's where I think the stress, because we talk about the stress of that too, living in the, like why women are so stressed out. I think that goes to what you just said. It's like normally if they're doing something, even if they're getting stuff done, it's like they're still worrying about the things that they always have to get done, even if they can't get those things.
And
they're
still feeling overwhelmed.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. They just
yeah.
always feel.
They're
and I'm
always
like,
over-
It's not
yeah.
that deep.
And it's just like
We have
to,
washing machines. Do you have to
Yeah.
wash clothes? No, you throw them in there, and so that takes what, an hour?
Yeah.
So during that hour, while that's washing, you can make a meal.
Other shit, yeah.
And you can do this, and then
Yeah.
it's all done. Like I don't understand that. Well, I had to do this, and I had to do this. So did I.
Yeah.
And I got it done efficiently as fuck,
Yeah.
and we still had time.
But she had to do
this,
it.
Blah blah.
And also feel good about it. Like you don't have to do the shit. And I have to do this, and I have to
Like,
feel that this is good, and then I do that, and I feel that that's great, and then I do this.
Like,
Here's the thing. Would you say this though? If women thought more like us, if they took out
They would take over the world.
Well, I guess let me just get before we get to that. Do you think if they started to think more like us and took feeling out of most of their things, that we would be able to still coexist with them the way we do? Like it'll still be a good relationship, it'll still be fun, or it's like does that make them who
yes,
they are?
and this is why. And this is why. Because they took all that bullshit away. They'd be more horny. Fucking more. And every dude would be happy as shit. Because they wouldn't have all the bullshit going on that stops them from fucking.
That was my argument.
That
Interesting.
stops them
Because
from fucking.
for me, I'm like almost confused sometimes. I'm like, wait, we're able to do all the things that we do and think about sex to the level that we think about it all the fucking time. Y'all don't think about sex as much as we do.
Yeah.
So how the fuck are y'all not able to accomplish way fucking more than us?
You know what's funny? Did you even see what you just said about the conquering thing? It's like all men do is think about sex.
All we think about is sex.
and we still conquer.
And we still get shit done.
and we still conquer the world.
You don't think about sex. How come you can't get shit done? But then I also think that that's a part of the patriarchy of really trying to keep women like at bay because they know that potential. They know that they're a threat to interrupt the power structure.
I think women are more like Kanye. They just gonna do it themselves. They're just gonna self-sabotage.
You think they're self-sabotage?
Because of the emotions. Because of
Really?
the overall. They're just gonna self-sabotage in some form or fashion. They're gonna. Let's say some woman did reach the top. They're gonna start hating on her.
Wow.
They're gonna start.
Oh, for sure.
This bitch ain't even like
For
they
sure.
just. They're self-sabotagers.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes, you see it every day. As much as they say support women, they can't.
Yeah.
They
There's
can't do
something
it.
there. There's something
Some,
there.
a few.
There's no, I know, there's
Yeah.
something to
They-
that argument.
like,
Here's
would-
the thing. Women are for sure the biggest supporters, but then either they could be hating a lot behind that person's back, or they're also the biggest supporter, but they're the biggest destroyers when it comes to that. So they'll be like, all right, it's time to destroy this motherfucker and get you out of here. And they can bring you all the way down because
And
they
it'd
know
be
all
over
the
something that
secrets.
didn't even matter.
Yep.
Something stupid.
Because they know all the secrets. I think it's one of the reasons why women don't attack each other more often when it comes to like even.
Yeah, they know they don't know how to take jabs without going
Right.
like, bitch, that's why you had an abortion. Like, whoa, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Right. Exactly.
That's too far.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
too far.
Exactly.
That's why their friendships fall out a lot. Because somebody say something about them and be like, I know you ain't talking when you got all
Yeah.
your bullshit, and then blah blah, and then it's like,
And you ask them like, so what happened between you and so and so? I just.
yeah.
I've never said that about another nigga before. Like,
Yeah.
what happened between you
We
and
just
Gary?
don't
I
vibe.
just Gary. I just can't with Gary. Never in my life has that ever. That's
we
ever
could
been energy.
we could say an exact what happened. This nigga said,
Yeah.
and I said this, and then they be like, you know, it's just she's just a lot.
so much.
Like,
Yeah,
just
just
you
so
be like,
much.
All right, like
And probably because she can't tell you exactly what she said because it might be some shit that you were not supposed to know about either.
That's what we had the argument about. That's what it was about.
what?
No, because it was. I was trying to think when we had our last like little blow up. It was about her not nigga. So hold on. Fuck. Oh, okay. Pilot's going through this whole like he's 3. He's doing this whole like challenge and everything, all this other shit, right? So we're trying to be firm on like, nigga, if you ask for something, you have to say please.
Yeah.
You have to say, can I have this, please? So sometimes he'll slip up, but sometimes she'll forget that he's supposed to say please and still give him the thing. But sometimes tensions are running high and he's like having a meltdown, like a slight meltdown. And even in that moment, I'll still be like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Still ask please.
Right.
Still say please. I don't give a shit. But I thought I'm in the kitchen and he's like standing we have like this pass-through window. He's standing on the stairs asking for like a yogurt or some shit. And I'm like, or animal crackers. And I'm like, you need to say please. But he's in the middle of a meltdown and he won't say please. And so I thought that she was like at wit's end. It was like, just give it to him.
Yeah.
Like I thought I heard her say that. She said something.
Yeah.
She did say something. But I thought I heard like under her breath, like, just give it to him. You know what I mean? So I was like, no, I'm not just giving it to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you're a maniac, Gary, of course.
Yeah, I'm a maniac. So he ended up just saying please, and then I gave it to him, and then we had like a discussion on that, and she was like, I wasn't talking to you. I was like, you didn't have to be talking to me for me to hear something that you like say into the space.
Right.
Which what I thought was just give it to him.
Right.
Like basically like
What
just
did she
relent.
say?
She doesn't remember what she said, but she didn't say that. And then eventually she landed on, I shouldn't have to just walk around the house just like remembering everything I said.
Yes,
I'm
the
like, what?
fuck you should.
What? And that's when I started jumping up and down.
Okay, now that's justified. Now I was like Gary the Maniac.
Yes,
you jumping
you
up and
should.
down is now justified.
Because if you can't remember what you said, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You have no argument.
I was like, how do you not
Then
remember
what
shit?
I
gotta
said
say
was
that.
right.
Yeah.
If you can't remember what happened, then
Oh,
what I said was right.
man.
You lose at this.
Yeah.
particular
Yeah,
point.
that's it.
No, and it's not. I'm just like confused.
Yeah.
And then the audacity. I'm like, you don't have to remember what you said. I was like, yeah, people have to remember what the fuck they
Right.
said.
Yeah.
That yes.
Especially if something's getting brought up or you're saying something that's like in the cause of an argument, you should try your best to remember what was said to get the most responsible answers.
Yeah.
to the
Accurate.
solution.
Yeah. To be accurate.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah, man. That was just I was like, oh, when you said remember, I don't remember, but I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. Just like,
And that's why sometimes I like having conversations via text, because I can be like,
receipts.
like even when
Receipts,
she said your job, I was like, I never mentioned. my
Yeah.
job. Now if we would have been having that in real time, she'd be like, Keon, you said your job. No, the fuck I didn't. So sometimes the reason why I didn't talk to her in the house, because I was like, let me write this out, so she can, because I like having documents because her memory is ass.
Yeah.
Like it's ass.
Yeah.
So when you can like, so you didn't say this, and just take the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I read that wrong, which is fine. Like we all do that,
Yeah.
like which is fine. But like in real time, she would have said with a straight face, "Yes, you did," or "I never said that." It's like
And then you got nothing to back. You're just like,
that's,
bro,
that's not what happened.
that's not what happened.
I've literally thought about setting up cameras before.
Oh.
In the house,
I think I know I have.
Like,
I told
setting
her.
up cameras.
Here's the
so
thing.
she could see her behavior.
Yeah.
So she can see the things so she can see.
I can't set up
wait,
cameras, niggas. It's gonna be me jumping up and down and
Looking like a maniac.
I'm gonna go straight to jail. Nigga, what are you talking about? Set up cameras.
This black man is scaring this white woman. We gotta get him the
But
fuck
I
Oh,
wanted to
shit.
do it too, so she could see my demeanor, because she was like, and then you said, ah, but you can see on the camera, I'm sitting there like, no. But
Yeah.
what you said, what you described, what I
Yeah.
did is not accurate
Yeah.
at all.
You know what's funny? I never really necessarily talk about cameras, but I was just like, I'm gonna start recording us.
Yeah.
They did that on King of
voice
Queens,
lines.
remember?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna start recording us because just like it's like you said, you never remember what you say, and then you say you said this or you didn't say this, and it's like you did say this, and how do you know if you don't remember?
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm just gonna start recording our conversations, but I at least told her I wasn't gonna just sneak do it. I was like, I'm gonna start recording so you know, and we can play it back 2 days later. Because I was like, I'm very big on if I said the wrong thing, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, my bad,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
not a big deal to me if I said
Totally.
the wrong thing. It's like, all right, cool. Like, let's fix that. Let's get to the best solution here.
Totally.
But what's the fight?
Yeah.
Why fight this? And I'm not saying this to prove you wrong. I want to get to the solution the fastest, the most
Right.
efficient, and just to get to the solution in general.
Yeah.
So it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about just getting to where
Right,
we need
getting
to
Plus
to
get
the
the
to.
solution.
accuracy, because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she's like, you're such a stickler for words. I'm like, because words is how we communicate.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you say this thing,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna take what you said at face value.
Yeah.
I can't pick what you meant. I'm not in there.
Words have meaning.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So she'll say a word and then be like, well, that's not what I meant. But that's what you said.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So maybe
yeah.
you should have chose a different word,
Right.
or expounded upon that point, and to where it made sense of what you were trying to articulate. But
Yeah.
what you just said was this, so that's what I took.
And then that happened to us literally like a few days ago. She was just like, when we had our little argument, she was just like, and she said something. I was like, that's not what you said or meant. She's like, all right, you know what? I'm sorry. I chose the wrong words in that situation. What I say, that's why I love my wife, because she'll come back and she'll be like, I chose the wrong words. I probably could have used better words or a better sentence to say what I really meant. And I
Which is
apologize
fine.
for that. And then, now, like I said, everybody's guard is down. I goes, all right. We end up laughing afterwards, or she do the walk up, and then it's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Everything is resolved.
Yeah.
But like, don't fight it if it's like that's not. If it's like this is what you said.
Yeah,
It's-
the standing in it is how it turns from what could have been an
Right.
easy discussion
Right.
to an argument.
Right.
Why
Yep.
are you standing in this shit? Just say this. I was wrong. My bad. Whatever, and then let's move on.
And I asked my lady. I said, why do you stand in it? Like, why do you stand here when I'm clearly proving you, like, clearly giving you the real answer
Right.
or the most accurate answer, and you just stand in your bullshit? I was like, why do you do it?
The patriarchy.
And then all she did was just give me the little kid shrug. Like she had nothing for real. She just was like,
Like, why you standing on this shit?
And I'm just like, I was like, does it hurt you to like
Yeah, like
what does it do to you?
Yeah.
And she couldn't even answer that. She just like, I'm just like, nigga, it shouldn't affect you because I'm your husband. Like at the end
Right.
of the day, it's like
That was my big thing. There are no stakes. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave. Like
Yeah.
there's no risk here.
right. You
to
don't
be
lose
wrong.
on a job
Yeah.
or something like that because you did
Yeah.
this. You don't, what are you talking about?
right. And if anything, it's just helpful for you to be like, oops.
Yeah.
Then we move along.
Then
We
we
move
move
to the
along.
next thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on.
but to stand in bullshit it's not productive.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense. Like to do this, and now we done delayed this amount of good time.
I guess it's a level of pride like attached to because like
Oh.
you don't want to be like, am I just like misremembering my whole fucking life now?
I mean,
You know what I mean?
probably.
Like
Yeah, right.
There's probably a lot of shit you'd be like, oh, I didn't even really. And honestly,
bro,
that should be a
the
good.
memories be garbage.
And I think the thing about that's actually a good thing to be like, wait a second, I might have did some things wrong because that actually probably make you a better person going through life if you be like, oh, wait a second, because I did some things where I'll be like, I was like, man, I kind of was telling this. I think I was hearing somebody say like, sometimes you tell a story so often. And you might have embellished on that story in some parts, and then that becomes the true story. It's like, wait a second, that some of that embellishment wasn't
yeah,
real.
Right.
yeah.
I gotta remember that I gotta take that part out when I tell a true story
Yeah.
of that. And it's just like that's okay. It's like it's okay to
Yeah, because even in the case that you mentioned, you're such a stickler for words. Like, yeah, I have to because you'll turn that shit against me quick. Like, her and I had a disagreement about I don't remember what it was about, but I was like, because she follows like when moms can get into like into this like fucking vortex of like reading all this shit about like child rearing and like all this all this stuff.
Oh.
And at one point I was like, bro, if you're listening to all that shit like blindly and just following all that shit blindly, then you're stupid. Like that's fucking dumb. Like you read the instincts and have instincts about like your connection with your child. Like you don't just blindly follow. Oh, because they said this. Like no, fuck all that.
Yeah.
And she took that to mean that I called her stupid. She's like, no, you called me stupid. I was like, no, it was an if-then statement.
Right,
I didn't
right,
call you stupid.
right.
If that's how you get down,
Yeah,
then
then that's
said
stupid.
person would
Yeah,
be stupid.
That's
Right.
stupid.
Well,
Right.
it's the same reason why women will snap on you because you be like, man, you're acting crazy or you're acting like a bitch. You just
Call me a bitch. Yeah, it's like
It's
no.
just like no.
So
No.
your behavior is demonstrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one of a crazy person and or bitch. Okay.
But I'm not saying that you are.
Yeah, it's like I didn't say
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But she like took that and ran with it. And we had to come back and revisit it. I was like, I'm sorry for my poor choice of words, but I didn't call you stupid.
Right.
In front of our son. Like I didn't like that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
word choices, it matters.
Help
And,
me
and it's
remember.
just for accuracy,
Yeah.
just so we can move on. It's not about being right or wrong, because like you said, there's no stakes. You're not.
No
I'm not against
stakes.
you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move on so we can talk about this thing and it not be a thing anymore.
I'm trying to move on so we can have sex.
Right. That's all we're trying to do. We just don't want shit to be a thing anymore, and we want to fuck. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need you upset because now it's like, well, I'm gonna now leverage this against you because I'm angry. I
And
don't
even if
need
they're
all
not
that.
trying to leverage it, they're just so in their head, they're just really not in the mood.
They're not in the mood anymore.
They wanted to fuck, and now they're pissed. And it's like,
Yeah. I don't need you to not be. I need you to be in the mood.
yeah, it's just like, yo, we're just everything
3
we're
p.m.
trying to do, honestly, is just efficiency.
Yeah.
That's all we're trying to do. Because, like you said, we just want to smash and eat.
wanna
We just want to eat
smash.
food.
Yeah.
Want to smash and chill out. Like that's it.
That's a simple life.
Just it. I don't think they can fathom that we're boring.
Yeah, I forgot who I was talking to, but there was literally like that too. It's like, yo, guys, we're just, especially when we get to a certain age, we can just chill and do nothing, and it's like, man, we're just fine with this, and it's just like, I'm cool just doing this. Like, I don't have to do shit.
And when
don't
I
have
do
to-
do shit, it's gonna be worth it.
yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna have those moments where I go out and I was man.
yeah,
I went for a reason and I knew it was gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's why I went. Most of the time I could stay here.
yeah, because no reason when I be like, this seems like it's gonna be
Yeah.
I'm not going.
I'm not going. I'm
I'm
not
not
going.
When I was younger, I would go because it's like, regardless, my friends are gonna be there.
Right.
We can make it fun. Now I'm like, if you niggas are there, I'm just somewhere like, nah.
Yeah.
It depends. But it's like for the most part, I'll still be like, nope.
And that's what kills me too. The amount of events she goes to where she's dreading it going out of the house is mind blowing. Because I'm like, nigga, I'm not going. I'm like, first of all, you have a husband and children. You have an out every
time.
single
every time.
time.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep.
I was like, I be using my outs all the time. And if we're close, I'll tell them straight up, nigga, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
I'm
okay with that.
I've told Janelle. I told her like use me as an excuse. That's what I'm here for. Like, if you ever need to leave early because I don't want to be there for that long, I'm like, just use me. I gotta help my husband with this. I gotta do this for whatever. He needs me back, whatever. I said, I don't care. I was like, I don't care to be the bad guy to your friend. Fuck your friends.
Yeah.
Be the bad guy to them.
That's I think that's the difference too of how much they care about how they're viewed.
Well, I understand because they're already there's a lot on them from society in a sense, right? From like how they're viewed anyways. So it's like, all right, especially if it comes from our friends, like I'm almost guaranteeing like none of our girls want to be looked at crazy to our homeboys.
But
right?
they even care about like how people view us. Like I've seen Cotty get upset at me because she doesn't want people to think A, B, and C about me.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't
give
give
a
a
fuck.
rat's ass what these people think about me. But I want them to know that you're fun and nice. I don't give a shit because I don't know them.
My brain goes to me. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, if they knew me, they know that.
Yeah.
So if they think this other thing, then they don't know me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. My brain immediately goes, so fuck them niggas. That's
Damn.
As soon as we like,
Square up.
Not even from a fighting perspective, but I'm like, I just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even know them or care about them.
I don't. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't care what your opinion is because I know it's not true. Number one, and two, if you make that opinion off something that's whatever, it's just like, fuck you anyways, because you just made it a judgment off like not even enough information most likely.
And I get it when you're a couple, you hang with other couples, so you want people to like your spouse. I get that. So
the unity.
I've made an effort to be extra social when we go out with these people and shit like that. And she'd be like, I knew you could do it. I knew you had it in you. But I'd be like, I don't be giving a fuck. And then especially like, I don't get, especially when the settings are, a lot of white people. How they party and have fun and stuff. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Which is what?
When they start getting like touchy or like, here, you want to try this? And they they're aggressive. You want to try it? No, I don't.
Come on.
I don't want to drink after you. I don't fucking know you. So then if they keep pushing, then Cotty will see me being like, I don't, and she'll be like, no, he's very, like,
just step in.
blah, blah, he's very, but what I don't like is she'll be like, no, he's very like germophobic, and then I had to be defensive. I'm like, no, y'all nasty.
Yeah.
Like, don't make it seem like I'm a freak because you motherfuckers are out here tongue kissing strangers and licking each other's assholes. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm not a freak.
I'm just saying, I'm displaying normal sanitary behavior, and you guys are all disgusting. Like, don't put this on me.
Well, if everybody's disgusting and you're the odd man out, then who's really the weird one?
But she's admitted because she went to a private school with mostly white people, so when they start doing certain behaviors,
What is all this? What is this
she's
behavior?
normal. We've talked about it when you walked in. I just don't want to put the stuff on blast. They just do things
Nasty?
differently. Nasty. Just nasty. It's just like the personal space bubbles too.
Oh shit!
They don't have the personal like you don't touch people's hair or you don't, you know what I mean? Like they don't. So, but she's so used to it, she's just like, but I'll be like,
White people still out there touching niggas' hairs?
they will. This the
Yes.
stuff they do are just like how comfortable they are with, like when I watch like how they are with their spouses. Like he could touch your wife like that, like you know what I mean? Like the stuff they're allowed to like. Play like, we play like this all the time. I'm like, we don't do that. Like, we don't. So like,
Do you feel like we're too rigid?
No, I feel like they're like you said, they have a certain amount of
Freedom?
That's just wild
Yeah.
to me. Like, so you're telling me you're okay with your wife humping some stranger's leg because y'all drinking? Like that's just weird.
Maybe he's just like, she needs to get that out. She needs to get that out her system.
Like that's just. I'm
always. Hey man, I know it's not true, but when I see most white couples, they're cuckolds to me.
Wait, what?
The cuckolds, they're like
You think they're
a lot of times like they're somewhat, I guess not necessarily always swinging, but like the husband will be willing to be like, oh.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, but a lot of white couples approach me and the husband just wants to watch.
Go ahead and taste it.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
What's the psychology behind that?
I think some of it is on some like just like I don't know if it's some slave shit, but it could be on some just like the hypersexuality of how they view black people or black men in general, and either the wife is like she wants to either experience it or he wants to see like is it really different?
Okay.
Do they go ahead?
No, go ahead.
I mean that's kind of what
I do think white people have a natural curiosity about things.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a natural curiosity.
Especially about black men in general when it comes to sex. It's like they'll be the ones that'll look over your stall when you pee, most likely. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga, bro.
Like,
They will.
Oh,
'Cause
man.
I've had it happen.
I'm not being crazy here, nigga. I'm just
They
saying.
are just.
They'll be like,
You know what? And I'm gonna go back to the.
Oh,
I
man.
think white people have they're more interested in everybody else than people are with them.
right.
Like they're.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about your hair.
Well,
They
because
care
they're
about ours.
the
They're very fascinated with other people, whereas other people don't give a shit. That's why they're like when people be like, "Mind your business." We don't be worried about what everybody else is doing, but and I can say this for other cultures too. Like they're not as worried about what everybody else is doing. They got their own shit going. But white people have this natural, even when it comes to animals.
Well, they
Who's
understand
out
that.
there?
Yeah.
See what
They're-
this
they're
is.
doing?
No,
What are they
nigga,
doing?
let them live. They just
Yeah.
have a natural curiosity, and I think that's where a lot of the weirdness comes from. They're just curious as fuck. And it's just like we don't give a shit.
And that's to sort of combat their own like boring nature. Just
Maybe.
like they're naturally.
I think it's part of that. It's a fascination. I think it goes back to like they can do whatever they want. They've been able to do whatever they want for centuries. So it's like they've been going into places, conquering, and it's just like, well, this is kind of like a light version of that. I'm just going here, going to somebody else's culture, kind of look at it, and I'm not necessarily going in and kill for the conquering
Right.
portion of it. But I was like, oh, we're gonna take. It's like nigga, they took over yoga, they took over hellish.
Is that the ideal like life experience? Like you just go out and you experience otherness and experience things.
Experience
and just,
is one thing. I think experiencing is one
yeah,
thing.
and hijacking is another. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Because I mean, I encourage anybody, everybody actually, especially as black people, to fucking travel the world.
Oh, I thought you were
Travel
gonna say
the
go to therapy.
This is the first episode. He didn't say it. First one. First one. Episode 55. First one. We almost did
Because
it.
I'm over here advocating for black mental health. And you niggas is over here, oh, here you go with this therapy again. Well, go fuck yourself, Gary Anderson.
No, the way that sentence came out sounded like it was flowing
And I-
into like
yeah.
therapy. That would have
Like,
been great.
I think I just like I'm big on like because I mean I haven't traveled a whole bunch outside of the country for real, but I was like the times when I went to go see Chichen Itza and stuff like that in Mexico, it was just like that shit kind of just blew my mind. It was just like I need to go travel the world and
Yeah.
see all these ninth wonders or whatever the case it is. It's just other cultures just to be like because I think it also kind of makes you come back and be like, all right, as Americans in general, I think other cultures are too, but like since we live in America, we're very egotistical when we go everywhere else.
Right.
It's kind of like, nigga, why aren't you doing what I'm doing?
We're the French
So-
fries.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with the white people. Their curiosity is arrogant. So like when I learn something from I'm genuinely fascinated and I'm very polite.
Yeah.
Because I don't know your. So what am I? 'Cause they come in like, we're doing this, or like
Yeah.
their fascination comes off as like disrespect. Like
Right.
their curiosity. A lot of times, there's no politeness. There's no like, hey, this is new. You're the outsider. You're supposed to be You're supposed to be learning and how to. They just come in like, wow.
They come in with the cash, but then I think the world is kind of catered to that now.
For sure.
It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna take all these white people's money and like show them the
for
fucking temple. You know
So,
what I mean? Like,
when we went to Chichen Itza, I think I told you this before, nigga. The locals over there, they adjusted to everybody. Cause it was like it's about that bread, so it's like they adjusted. What's up, fam? You good? Y'all good? All right, we gonna go over here and we gonna show y'all over here. I'm like, whoa, how did this nigga turn? Speaking whatever the language was,
Talking jive.
and then and then they said with the white dude, he was just like, hey, she's very pretty. You're kind of older guy, huh? This is your mistress? Hey, buddy, no, all right, cool. We're going over here now. It was just like it was.
But
weird.
if it's a port like where the cruises get off, then yeah, they know how to do that.
Right,
But these old white people love it.
oh,
Yeah.
They love
they're
it.
fascinated by it.
They
like,
love it.
nigga, the corniness that white people like, like they love,
They
and I'll
eat it
even be
up.
writing shit. I'll be like, this is corny, and just be like, no, white, like people will love it. This is universal. Like should be corny to me, bro. Should be so corny to me, and people just be eating shit. They just
I
be
didn't
eating it up.
know until I started doing ships because it's a lot of middle America. It's a lot of white. I didn't really know how, like you said, how much they love the corn. Like,
my
they,
God.
Everything on the ships that I'd be over.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, we're doing this shit. They'd be like, ooh, we get to do it. Like they fucking love it, and I'm like, what?
Just
what?
corny.
I hate it. I hate it. And I feel bad when I'm on these ships for like, the Filipino workers and blah, blah. I'm like, 'cause Like, look what you got. You got to entertain you. You know, like I feel bad. Like I honestly feel bad, and I be walking around wondering if anyone else feels this. Like, and I don't know if I feel it because I'm a minority as well, but I feel bad that they have to entertain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I struggle. I've struggled with that.
And like, cause like we're entertainers, but when I entertain, I can talk shit to you. I can,
Right.
and they have to be so polite and so. And I just feel like I'd be wanting to ask them like, do you feel degraded? Do you feel like? But I know how they feel because when we're down in that crew area and they're drinking, they be like, man, these fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
some of them really enjoy the, you know, but some of them are like. That's why like it's hard for us to get in trouble when we're working because they understand how these
Right.
people are. So they're like, man, you
Yeah.
good. You know what I'm saying? But I be feeling bad for them. I'd be like, man, I know you don't want. Do you really want to do this shit? Like, do you really?
I mean, I would say too. I would say ask some of the black comedians that do shuck and jive when they get in front of certain crowds.
Yeah, but I mean the workers, like just the just the stuff
Yeah, for
that they
them,
do.
yeah.
You want to do this? Like,
Yeah.
and then it's every week. You know, every week a new group of people, and they do it again, and like it's like,
It doesn't
Yeah.
get repetitive. It doesn't get like.
damn, like this don't suck.
Yeah.
And every group is happy again. Every group is like, oh, can you do the thing? And
Yeah.
they made my talent to a small. I'm like, I know they be pulling them. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. Like, I said, no, they don't want to do this shit. There's no way you can want to do that and be happy about it every day.
Yeah.
There's no way. And I really be feeling like I almost get upset, and I know that this is a me thing. I almost get upset that the white people are enjoying it this much. Not even cognizant of like, you think they want to
The
do
social
that?
cues of
yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. I just,
So are you talking about like also the hibachi restaurants with the when the chef comes in and does the choo choo with the fucking onions and all that shit?
yeah, I'd be like, do you want it? But if you want to, then that's fine. Like in my head, I just always assume that they don't. I'm assuming that there's some who probably like, yeah, I love this. This is why, I do.
But some of them you see their energy like this nigga is like.
And I would tell if
hot right now,
if
like-
I read that energy, I'm like, you ain't gotta.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta.
You don't gotta do the
that,
choo-choo, bro.
Like, just make. I'm
Yeah,
just hungry,
you
nigga.
can just make the.
I've seen the fire. I don't give a fuck. My kid is terrified. We don't need this shit. Like,
Just
I'm
put that
hungry,
in. Just put
nigga.
that tub
Just
of
give me
butter
some,
on the
yeah,
on
give
the
me some
pan,
extra
nigga.
garlic butter, nigga. Just give me the extra.
Just put
give
that
me
fucking
extra garlic
giant
butter, nigga. That's-
scoop of butter
I
onto
don't
the
give a
fucking
fuck.
pan, and we good.
You could have came out in sweats, so all I give a shit, nigga. I just need that garlic butter.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like it. I be sitting there. I be like, yay! Set the fire on fire!
Is that
Yay!
how you clap?
I be smiling, man. I be having a good time with fucking hibachi, dog. We
Look at the flames.
He made it into a choo-choo train. Watch this, with the onions being different sizes.
Oh shit!
Little light
Oh
potato.
man! Oh
Sometimes he throw like
man!
a little thing into his little hat too.
Oh my god,
man.
bro!
And I,
He does a little thing with his heart.
only
Yeah,
thing-
the
the
heart
little heart-
thing.
Oh my god,
only
with the
thing I
rice.
don't like is when they be trying to throw food into your mouth.
Yeah.
It happened to me one time. I just felt. I was just like, it felt so gay. I was just like, I was like,
Cause you hungry. Cause you hella hungry.
Hella hungry.
Yeah.
I was just like, that wasn't. I
Yeah.
felt so degraded.
Yeah.
As just a person that just threw food in my mouth, and I went for it.
Did you go?
All right, man, trying to wrap this shit up, man.
It is because I gotta talk.
Oh damn.
All right, so this will drop Saturday.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I have nothing this weekend.
I mean, y'all don't be coming. I don't know how many people are local to LA, but
Oh, you got bonfires on Saturday?
we got bonfires this Saturday.
Boom.
It's the same. It's the same night as the fight. Trust me, I already know.
Oh yeah, I was about to say
so
I'm gonna pull up. Then I remember that tank. I'm watching that shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what fight?
Trust me,
Garcia
I'm
and,
bringing my laptop,
Davis.
so I'm gonna be in and out of the show too. Luckily, I'm hosting first this time, so as soon as I'm done hosting, I think the fight probably not gonna start until I'm done hosting anyways, and I'm probably gonna be in the back, kind of watching the fight.
What are y'all doing at?
The Glendale Room. It's a dope little like
I gotta come up
intimate
there.
spot with like a lot of books, so it's like made for storytelling.
I'll do
And
it.
it's super
Yeah.
warm in there. So I
gotta
told you I
pull up
gotta
one
have
of
you and Gary on there. But yeah, that's on the 22nd of April. So if you are in town and you want to come through, I had a laptop. Put the fight up, man. Just come through, support the show, get a ticket. It's free.
I like that
VIP
show,
is,
especially as a
$10.
comedian because we get you could find a joke. You could talk out some shit.
Yeah, because it's like one is good. One, some comedians don't know how to story tell, so it can still come out bad. But like for the most part, for the comedians that I know that are good, they know how to find the funny in the story, and we always prep them for like look, take a ride with them. This is not supposed to be
It's not
guns blazing,
Right.
rapid fire funny. It's not supposed to be.
You can leave the phone off the hook.
Matter of fact, the last time I did your show, I was like, it helped me do a joke. I haven't done it since, but that joke about my dad busting the door.
Oh yeah.
Like, nigga, that's how, as a kid, that's how we felt, bro. So I was just walking through the store and I was like, this shit funny.
Yeah. It's
I
like,
can
yeah, I
bring
just
that
did Shauna Lee. Shauna Lee just had a storytelling show, and she was asking me to help her kind of put hers together because she was asking, because she wanted to make it different than mine, but still do stories.
Right.
And we did hers, and it was her show was good too. She had it at the Comedy Chateau.
She cracks me up.
And Shauna Lee, I had to talk about how when she almost was you there when she almost went off and beat a nigga ass?
Well, I mean, she from.
Well, you mean fight someone?
Yeah, because some dude was, Shauna Lee, every time I see Shauna Lee, all she do is smile and shake her head.
If you ever met her, she's bubbly and happy, but she's from Flint.
Yeah.
So she'd be like, blah, blah, but then, nigga, it'll, like, in a
it's
minute,
sweet,
and it's so funny because she's so
The
sweet and
nicest
nice
person
and bubbly. And they'd be
ever.
like, nigga, who the fuck you talking to? It's like,
She
that's
had to
just funny.
switch. And some dude, he had said something to her. She kind of was like, all right. Kind of like, you said that once. I heard you. Don't say it again. He said it like even more aggressively. And the whole room was like, oh, like we all pulled back. Like, she might fuck us all up here. Like, that was her energy, was just like, nigga, I will fuck everybody up if you keep talking. And I remember being like,
Damn.
oh,
We all
shit.
finna get a whooping.
Yeah, and she kind of like, she was like, I try to tell niggas, and then you saw her kind of go to a space where she's just
Right.
like, she had to catch
Anytime
come back down.
Oh,
somebody starts
shit.
talking to the
To
room,
themselves?
nigga,
Yeah.
like,
She had to come back down after that. And I was just like, and we joke about it all the time. Every time I see her, we kind of joke about it. But it was just like, I also know she's just a person. If she's so bubbly, I can tell that she's like, if you get her to a space,
Right.
it's kind of on you. She's going to give you the warning, and then she's going to go there, and it's just like, well, nigga, deal
And
with it.
I found that anybody who's really happy all the time, they're doing that to avoid
Right.
that shit.
Entering into that.
Yeah.
Into that. Yeah.
So that's why they're super
That
sweet
darkness.
and super, yeah, because that
Yeah.
darkness is
Anybody from Flint has some darkness.
well, nigga, the water
Yeah.
fucked them up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I have nothing this weekend. I'm watching the fight.
I'll be in the
That's it.
bay somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta work some shit out.
All right. You going back home to work out?
Uh-huh.
Why you don't be working out here?
I'm trying to experiment with some shit, so I just really wanna. Yeah, just some low stakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a space that's no stakes.
It is working out here is like
Well, it's like, this is
you
like,
never know who's gonna be in there,
yeah,
and
right.
then you never
Yeah.
your peer, and then like out here, there's never been, other than maybe New York, there's no other place where like your peers liking you can actually help your career.
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like in the Bay, you like,
Yeah, it's like whatever.
but out here it's like you somebody who has a show or somebody who's, hey man, I'm gonna introduce you to my guy, and you're like,
Yeah, the booker might be in the room that particular night.
yeah, so
But
it
like,
is.
yeah.
I get it.
And they know you back at home, so you can experiment. And even if it
Right,
doesn't go well, they know that.
And I don't know any shows here that I can get on that aren't like high stakes, that aren't like
Chateau's not high stakes.
potentially like industry stuff. I'm not in there, and I don't really like going there.
Yeah, Chateau's where I like if I need to work out, I go
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
in that small room, and I just literally out my phone, like with y'all,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty chill.
Oh, I feel for my brother.